Let's get on to some lighter things. And first of all, a big thank you to everyone supporting the UK column. We can only do what we do with your financial support, and it's really wonderful people who donate or have signed up to become members. So if you don't know how to do that, just go to the UK column website and click here. And you can support our work by making a donation or actually joining as a paid-up member. Now, more good news in the UK column on location event, Saturday, the 18th of October, 2025. I'm very pleased to say that we are within a few tickets of having sold 50% of our tickets already. So if you haven't bought a ticket, you need to think about it because the tickets are going very quickly, and it's clear that people understand the importance of this event and are really looking forward to it. This is the little online video clip showing how to do that. Go to our shop, then you can select your options, and there's two choices, a ticket or a ticket with an evening meal. And once you've bought your ticket, we look forward to seeing you at the York event. Now, future UK column productions. Tonight at 7:00, we've got Germ Warfare with James Corbett, The Nature of Power and Control. That seems pretty pertinent to today's news. And tomorrow at 1:00, I have... well, it's not an interview, it's a discussion really between Charles Mallett and myself about military matters. We called it Opening Shots. It's very relaxed, but we start to have a look at what is happening in the military world, principally in UK, but I'm sure we'll be moving on to overseas matters as well. So look out for that at 1:00 tomorrow. Now, Ben, this one is yours. Fascinating title. Escape Key.
Yes, so this is one of the best writers on Substack, an extraordinarily intelligent and articulate thinker and writer, and this is the first ever interview that he's done. I was really privileged to speak to him a couple of weeks ago now. That's going out on Thursday, and we're talking about the history of the central banking system and how global governance has used central banking as its template for taking control over every single area of the global system. It's a fascinating talk. Make sure to tune in for that.
Excellent. Now, Diane, perhaps you'll take us through these because, of course, we've got other excellent articles which have gone up on the UK column website.
Yes, Brian, thanks. We've had some really, really great content, written content coming out recently on the UK column website. So I just want to mention two here, just because we're short on time, obviously. This one was published last week by Neil Harrison. It's called The Bison and the Bias: Rethinking Methane, Climate Science, and Scientific Integrity. So actually asking us to question the science, looking at what is actually happening in science and if they are truly following scientific principles when they're trying to support so-called climate action, if we can say it that way. This other one that I wanted to show is the latest in the Syria series by Vanessa Beeley. She's been providing a weekly contribution for us now to update us on the very complex situation in Syria called The Zionists Are King on the Syrian Chessboard with Washington's Support. So there's a lot of detail in these, so please take a look at them. They're very good.
Okay, now, Diane, you've also had some support, and you're just going to show briefly on the screen what that support was.
Yes, so this is the desk that I am sitting at right now. I'll call this UK Column Studio North. Recently, a UK Column member and very generous donor gave me this microphone and stand to put the microphone on. This is very generous, very good equipment. So hopefully people are able to hear me better than they were previously. And I just want to thank the viewer who donated that, as well as the viewers local to me who came to help me set this up, because I don't know the first thing about audio equipment. So I'm thankful to all of them for their help.
Okay, thank you, Diane. And a tidy desk is a happy desk, of course. Now, we'd also like to remind people that weekend of the 22nd to the 25th of August 2025 is is the Hope Sussex Festival. Now, if you haven't got a ticket yet, please do get one, because a lot of work has been put into making this thing happen. The UK Column team are going to be there and putting in a sizable contribution. If you use code UKC20, you're being offered a 20% discount. So do have a think about this. And we are going to be there because we're putting another stake in the ground for free speech. Well, it's a camping tent peg, but you know what I'm saying here. Now, of course, this festival has been under attack from the Telegraph. The journalist was Chris Benyon. He wrote a nasty little hit piece on it, but I just wanted to point out to the audience, this is how Chris Benyon sees himself, an adult man who likes to portray himself as this figure at work in the journalistic community, which I think is rather strange and rather silly, but there we go. Now, Mike has also been very keen for people to support this petition, Repeal the Online Safety Act. Signatures just before us going live for the news today, we're up at 488,000, so that's moving. But the more signatures, the better. So if you haven't signed, get on and sign up. Now, I also want to say back to our audience, thank you very much, wherever you are in the world. At the recent Totnes event, there was a lady who had come with her husband all the way from the Azores, which I thought was really fantastic. And it was lovely to get some very positive feedback for the UK column. We also had an email in from Canada, and this one was thanking you, Ben, for your reporting on the woke agenda and what they described as the filth which you observed up in London. So we are very pleased to see that not only are people watching from Canada, they're also taking the trouble to thank us for reporting and to give us some spiritual protection there. So thank you very much. Also got this email about immigration, saying that somebody watched the news a few days ago where I was speaking about the government's plan to break up our culture through the current immigration policy. Gentlemen asking for more information. We will be putting more information out on forthcoming news. This one was very interesting because Anthony clearly picking up on the idea now that we are being attacked by our own government. And if we're going to sort the country out, the first thing we've got to deal with is the lies, duplicity and corruption in central government. Until we sort that out, we can't deal with other major problems. So people are picking up on this idea that it is the government attacking us. And this one I will deal in more detail in another news edition, but a gentleman who's been working for over 30 years to take the lid off the cover-up of child abuse in UK was arrested a couple of days ago. All of his computers and data about the cover-up of the abuse of children, that was all taken by South Yorkshire Police. And he goes on to say that basically he was denied his medication. He was kept in a cold cell where he had to request a blanket, which was given to him 3 hours later, only after the interview. And he also got no food all day. So here is the brutality of the UK state. If you're somebody not only concerned, but you're brave enough to do the research into the politicians who are covering up the abuse of children. Meanwhile, we've got Labour, who is apparently going to clean itself up by reframing the Ethics and Integrity Commission to start the process of rebuilding standards in public life. Well, of course, this is smoke and mirrors, and nothing sensible is going to happen out of this. We also had an email from with regard to Ian Hislop, where the commentator Jeff was saying that he was amused to see Ian Hislop clearly unable to understand what was happening in the country around him. Hislop was reacting. He could see something wrong, but he could not understand what it was. And of course, this is because he hasn't done any proper investigation into what has been taking place in the country over all the years that he's been reporting. Now, Diane, to finish, we bring you back